Yo, what is going on, y'all? It is your boy AT from AT's Barstool, and today we are back here on episode 15 of AT's Barstool. And today we are back with another video. And if you guys are new to this channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow my Barstool page at AT's Barstool. Link will be in the description below. But with that being said, we are going to go here with our first topic. And first topic today, we only got two today so far, and the first one is about the George Pickens trade. I know I'm a Steelers fan and all that too, just like the rest of y'all or some of y'all that's watching. And in my honest opinion, I think it was dumb. Yes, I honestly think that Pickens could have been traded a little bit earlier, like during draft day, and Pittsburgh gets a first round pick from Dallas or second round pick and get a quarterback like Shador, who didn't even get off the board till the fifth round. But I honestly think that this trade as a unit was not good for the Steelers, which I'll definitely give it an F trade. And for the Cowboys, that was on the other end. They end up getting the A plus, and the reason being they got Pickens. Pickens was a 1,000-yard receiver a couple times. This year he wasn't, due to the fact that he was missing a couple of games and inconsistencies or consistency problems. Also, Dallas needs a wide receiver too. That's going to pair up with CeeDee Lamb. So getting a guy like George Pickens who can catch the deep ball and catch the ball off the screen and make a play, that's really good for Dallas and all that, honestly. And for the Cowboys, they also gave up a third-round pick in the 2026 draft, and then I think it was a fifth round. Yeah, a fifth round in 2027 and a sixth round in 2027. Which I honestly think the Cowboys absolutely finessed Pittsburgh. Do I think Pickens is going to be good in Dallas? Yes, I think he'll be a cool little 800, 900-yard receiver. No Pro Bowl or nothing. And then CeeDee Lamb, we already know he's probably going to be a 14,000 to 13,000-yard receiver, making a Pro Bowl again. But honestly, as a Steelers fan, I am really upset with this trade. Wish they, like, if they was going to move on with Pickens that early on, they should have moved him during the draft. And yeah, that's really it. That's really my opinion about that. And then the next topic I do want to talk about is how has Pittsburgh's offseason been so far. I'm also going to talk about Dallas too, but Pittsburgh, their offseason has been pretty solid so far, outside from the Pickens trade, losing him, and also losing guys like Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. They lost a lot of guys. Lost Najee Harris too. On top of that, it was really bad on the offensive side, but defensively, I feel like they picked up some guys. And yeah, honestly, that. And most of the signings that Pittsburgh has gotten throughout, ever since the Super Bowl ended or the season ended, they got Brandon Ekeles, a 2-year contract to Pittsburgh. Then they also got Kenneth Gainwell, running back, on a 1-year deal, the elusive running back who can also catch the ball in the backfield from Philly. And Malik Harrison, who is a linebacker from Baltimore, got him on a 2-year contract too. And also ended up getting Darius Slay, which I think that was the big one, especially replaced Deontay Jackson when he left Pittsburgh. And that was another guy who was a big piece to that Steelers defense that ended up leaving. And they replaced him with Darius Slay, which I think that was a great move. Also, they ended up acquiring DK Metcalf. That was the biggest move of them all, getting him for not just him, but they also got him for a 2025 6th-round pick, which was the 185th overall pick from Seattle. And they gave up a 2nd-round pick and the 7th-round pick to get DK Metcalf, which I think that was a great move for Pittsburgh, which then they went on and got Mason Rudolph back after not being on the team for 1 year, due to the fact that he was the backup quarterback down in Tennessee when he was playing for the Titans last year. They got him on a 2-year contract, and it's looking like to be quarterback 1 if they don't get Aaron Rodgers. And then they also re-signed Scotty Miller, Ben Stronowski, Isaiah Landermark, and so on. They also did end up signing other guys like Juan Thornhill, the safety, which I think that was a pretty good move. He's a really good tackler in my opinion. He can get a pick whenever and he wants or whatever. Yeah. And then they also re-signed a couple other guys during the time, and also they got Jalen Warren back. And then in the draft, I honestly think their draft was a B plus in my opinion. Like I said before, they mainly developed on not developed, but they mainly focused on defense, which they ended up drafting guys such as Derek Harmon in the first round. They also got outside linebacker Jack Sawyer from Ohio State, and they also got Yaya Black from the University of Iowa, including two others such as cornerback Deron Kent from Central Michigan and Carson Burner from the University of Washington. They got a lot of defensive guys in this draft this year, which was really unexpected, but it was kind of expected, and due to the fact that they have to stop Derrick Henry 2 times a year. So yeah, they definitely ended up building their front line up a lot more, especially with Cameron Hayward getting old and T.J. Watt just hitting 30 years old too. So I could definitely see the reason why they building up their linebacker and defensive line, especially the corners, which you can't forget. You can't forget corners. On offense, they barely got anything. They drafted Will Howard to be second string, most likely, in the 6th round. And they also got running back Caleb Johnson. I think that Caleb Johnson pick was really good. Watched some of his film. He was looking really good. Really patient running back. And also a big power back like Najee Harris, which I was really concerned about the Steelers' running room due to the fact they didn't have a power back, which usually the Steelers usually have a elusive back and power back duo every year, and it always works out because we always have a winning year. And not only that, we make the playoffs. Do we win all the time? No, but we do make the playoffs and make some happen, or try to make some happen. So yeah, getting him, I think it was a great deal, and I think he is going to be not a great deal, but a great pick, and I think that he is going to burst out to be a star a few years into the future. So another guy they did end up signing, they didn't sign not too long ago, was Robert Woods, and I think that's why they traded George Pickens because they just got Robert Woods, and also due to the attitude problems of Pickens. And yeah, that's really it. And for the Dallas Cowboys, their offense looks better. They look better, especially with George Pickens now on the team at receiver. Now is Kavion Trippin, George Pickens, and CeeDee Lamb at wide receiver. Running back, it is going to be Miles Sanders and Javonte Williams. They're both decent running backs. And then you got Dak Prescott at quarterback if he can stay healthy. If not, play good when he's healthy. This Cowboys team can definitely be a playoff team and do some, especially due to the fact that their offensive line looks pretty solid. They drafted Tyler Booker from Alabama. That was a really good pick, in my opinion. And they also got two other Tylers on the left guard and left tackle, which I honestly think they are both solid. So this offense looks a lot better than before. Not a lot better, but looks good and looks like they could play. And then on the defensive side, you got Trayvon Diggs as a corner, and you got Deron Bland. You also got Malik Hooker and Devon Wilson. And then you also got DeMarvin Overshawn and Kenneth Murray Jr. as the linebackers. And then you got the one and only edge rusher, Micah Parsons. This team just looks really good on paper, and we'll see how they do and how every person contributes into the 2025-2026 season. And for the Dallas Cowboys, they have not really did much in the offseason outside from getting Miles Sanders, which was a decent deal, and they also got Paris Campbell and Dante Flower Jr. on contracts. They also ended up acquiring Joe Milton from the Patriots in the trade, and also they ended up not signing, but they ended up drafting guys like Booker, like I already said. They also got Jaden Blue, Shamar Jones. Both, I think, are really good picks. And they also just got George Pickens, which I think is their best one yet. And yeah, honestly, I think this Cowboys team can do their thing. So yeah, the Cowboys, they had a decent offseason. Pittsburgh also had a decent offseason. We'll see how it is. And the schedule just released. And in my honest opinion, I think Pittsburgh is going to go a cool 9-8, probably 10-7, probably be a first round exit again. I know it happens every year, and I honestly think this Steelers team is going to hold it down, especially on defense. I know TJ Watt's going to ball out, and Patrick Queen and so on. And yeah, that's really it though. Another thing I do want to talk about is what is the Pittsburgh Steelers roster looking like without Pickens. This roster currently looks like right now at quarterback, you got Mason Rudolph and Will Howard at first and second string. The running backs, you got Jalen Warren, Caleb Johnson, Kenneth Gainwell, and you got Cordell Patterson. Bunch of guys there. Pick your poison. Cordell Patterson, running back, wide receiver, can also play kick returner too. And I think he also has the all-time record for most kick returns in a career. So, yeah, or kick return touchdowns, my bad, in a career over Devin Hester. So, yeah, I definitely think that this running back room is going to be really good. Wide receivers, they got Robert Woods, DK Metcalf, Calvin Austin, and Roman Wilson, who's supposed to come back from injury. And then as the offensive line, or not the offensive line, the tight end first, let's talk about that. They got Pat Freiermuth, Connor Hayward, and Darnell Washington. All pretty good tight ends, including Freiermuth, who's exceptional as a receiving and blocking tight end. And then for the offensive line, this offensive line is young and got a lot of potential with Barack Jones back at left tackle and Troy Fatoon, who's going to be at right tackle, who's going to be back healthy. And they also got Mason McCormick and Zach Frazier, two guys who were drafted last year's draft as third and fourth round picks. And they were pretty solid last year. And then you got Isaac Santo as your left guard, as that leader, the 31-year-old from that Philadelphia Eagles team back in 2023, who Pittsburgh acquired back in 2024, is going to be back and going to try to lead this offensive line and help this offense out big time. And for the defense upside for Pittsburgh, they got Derek Hartman now, Canu Batoon, and Cameron Hayward as the defensive front. As the DNs is Hartman and Hayward. And the tackle is going to be Batoon. And then for the edge rushers, you got TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith, the usual duo. And not only that, you also got guys like DeMarvin Lowell and Nick Herbig on the other hand, and Jack Sawyer, who is now on his team. Also, for the middle linebackers, they got Peyton Wilson and Patrick Queen, two linebackers who's been really good, especially Peyton Wilson. He's been really good and exceptional. His pass coverage has been out of his mind, but the run has to be improved for Peyton Wilson to be an exceptional, or not exceptional, but a top 10 linebacker in the league. Also, Cole Holcomb and Malik Harrison, they got those two guys, and that's really it. And then for the secondary for Pittsburgh looks pretty solid, looks pretty flat so far. It's going to be at the corners, Darius Slay Jr. and Joey Porter Jr., who have both been really good for their respective teams. Well, they both play for Pittsburgh now, but when Darius Slay was on Philly, he was a really good corner and was a key piece to their Super Bowl. Also, Joey Porter Jr., really good player. He's been a key piece and the best corner for the Pittsburgh Steelers the last 2 years. And we'll see what he does next year. As will he take that year 3 leap? We got to see. And then the safeties, Minkah Fitzpatrick, who has been an all-pro safety, all-pro safety and Pro Bowl safety. And you got Deshaun Elliott, who has shown flashes of good plays and also has made some plays and has made a lot of stops. So yeah, honestly, I think this Steelers team is going to be good. I feel like they're going to be fine. I already said it before. And with that being said, y'all, thank you guys for enjoying this video. I know it wasn't the best video, but I will have more content out for you. And if you guys want to see some more content, I will be at the track and field meet today at St. Mark's and tomorrow at St. Mark's. So tomorrow morning and this afternoon or this evening at St. Mark's if you guys want to catch some more content. And don't forget to follow my Instagram page down below. And don't forget, if you want to be on the Summercast, DM me and I will personally invite you. And not only invite you, but I will allow you to be on it. But with that being said, thank you guys for enjoying this video. Hope I'll see y'all next time. Peace.